Hello YouTube and welcome to Flash episode 7 review, Power Outage. This episode did premiere last week, so it is about a week and a half late, but I've been super busy with finals coming up next week, holiday season, or Thanksgiving was last week, so I went back home for that, didn't have time to record review episodes, so it's coming out now. Better late than never. The Flash Arrow crossover will be coming out tomorrow, hopefully. That's the plan. But let's jump into the Power Outage trailer. It was a trailer review. It was I can't talk today. If you watch the Gotham Lovecraft review that I uploaded soon before this, I can't talk in that video either. I don't know what it is today. Um, anyway, getting into Power Outage review, not trailer review. It was a solid episode. It really helped Barry understand how to use his powers a lot better mentally, I think. So it was a very good episode for the development of Barry. Okay, so number 5. The episode starts off with Barry using his powers for absolutely everything. He goes to a coffee shop. He rushes up, makes everyone else's coffee because there's a new person being trained. And then there's a huge line, so Barry runs up and makes everyone else's coffee. I don't know how he knows what everyone else wants. He does it. Um, Makes everyone else their coffee apparently for free. Didn't pay either. Now that I think about it, that's messed up, Barry. Uses to brush his teeth. He wakes up late, so he rushes to get to work. But he's still late for things. I don't know how that happens. He's the Flash. Run fast enough to go back in time. Hopefully that'll be by the end of the season. um, but it's interesting to see Barry using the powers for everything, overusing it, literally, basically. Ooh. And he gets some powers taken away later in the episode. So, oops. Learn how to do things without your powers, Barry. Number 4. Near the end of the episode, the person that's going after Star Labs, Blackout, uh, is after Wells for giving the powers and causing his two friends to die from the particle accelerator accident. And Wells says, "I do know your friend." He lists off the two friends and keeps listing off name after name after name and says he knows the name of every single person who died in the accelerator. And then the last person named was Ronnie Ramone, I think is his name, Caitlin's fiance. Uh, he lists off all these names, so he does have a soul. That's good to know. After every bad thing that we've seen him do throughout the show so far, he does have a soul. He does feel bad for what's happened, or he might be faking it. We don't know. Number 3, like I said, Blackout invades Star Labs and Barry loses powers. So this is kind of just incorporating Blackout. He was a very nice villain. Taught Barry how to use his powers. That he got his powers taken away, but kind of. He did it, but he didn't. He could not use his powers, but that's because mentally he wasn't at his peak. Physically, he still had his powers because the power is like encoded in his DNA, whatever. How Caitlin explained it, like it's physically part of him. You cannot take away his powers without like changing his DNA. So his powers aren't gone, but they are because of mentality. At the end of the episode, Blackout's about to kill Wells, and Barry gets motivation to save him. It speeds off, and gets the powers back, and ends up stopping Blackout. So it's really cool to see the development of Barry and how his powers work more, I guess. We saw a Plastique episode that uses powers running on water, going up buildings, running faster, running at the speed, breaking the sound barrier in the last episode against a girder. Speaking of Girder, he dies in this episode. Wells lets him out from the prison to try to stop Blackout, and Blackout ends up killing Girder. So, by Tony Woodward, I think what his name was. Uh, I thought it would have been a cool villain to bring back. They did, and they killed him. Thank you, Jeff Johns. Number 2, the Clock King. He's back. We knew for a while. I don't think I mentioned it, because I didn't really talk about news of the show. I just talked about the individual episodes. But we knew for a while that Clock King would return to the Arrow Flash universe, but in the Flash. And we got that in this episode last week. The Clock King is brought into CCPD, the Central City Police Department. He ends up taking hostages. He's not using time as much as he was um, in the Arrow episode last season, where he's planning heist down to the second. But there was a lot of times and stuff mentioned. He said, "Oh, you're early. You have 9 seconds. Take about 9 seconds for response." He points out Barry's watch. It says that's a nice piece of time wear. So it was very much Clock King-esque. He was very acute to time. I'm very aware of it. And it was really cool to see Clock King come back. He was one of my favorite villains of season 2 of Arrow. Um, It was very interesting, very different and interesting villain for them to come up for the team hero to go up against and to bring them into this universe, into Flash. It was interesting, and Barry didn't even stop them. They were too busy with Blackout at Star Labs, and the Iris taking Clock King out, which was really nice. To see Iris get a little time to shine. Of course, she was pissed off because Talkman had shot Eddie, and Eddie almost bled out, but the police got there in time, and because Iris stopped him in time, they were able to get the cops in and save Eddie. So that's nice. Uh, so yeah, number one, of course, the end of the episode, the kind of the reveal, I guess. Wells realizes that Blackout, his powers somehow have to keep taking Barry's powers, so he takes a sample of Blackout's blood. Um, I will get into more of this um, in the Arrow Flash crossover video, but next week's episode of Arrow, the mid-season finale of Flash, did I say Arrow? I meant Flash. Mid-season finale of Flash will be on Man of the Yellow Suit, so Reverse Flash will be flashing with Barry. It'll be interesting to see if we get to see if Wells is Reverse Flash or not. Maybe Wells' plans for what he's planning against Barry will unravel. I don't know. But I'm sure this sample of Blackout's blood will play a role in how Wells is developing a plan against Barry or something. My voice is kind of hoarse, I don't know why. That's going to be it for this episode. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. I'm an Epic Gamer. And until tomorrow, where the Flash Arrow crossover event started for like the really white hands, I have a light right over here. And it's like making me albino. Bye. Until next time, God bless and see you then.